we touched on a couple of days ago the plan that the feds have to ban funny electronic road signs. This is coming out
Yeah.
of the U.S. Department of Transportation on our nation's interstates. And just last month, the end of the year, the Federal Highway Administration released their new rules and regs, and the quirky signs are going to disappear. So if you like driving down the road and seeing a funny sign like on Star Wars Day, May 4th last year, one sign read, Han says, solo down, Leia off the gas. See, that's very funny for,
Right.
Star Wars heads. Another one said, hey, buddy, that's the temperature, not the speed limit, because they were going in the 80s, right? So
Yeah,
there are
yeah,
all
yeah.
these really funny, clever things, and they're going away because the feds say that they're distracting. So we got a call.
Hey, Bob and Sheri and gang. It makes me so sad that the U.S. Federal Highway Administration is asking the states to discontinue those signs. I live in Wisconsin, and I look forward to those. I can't wait to see one. But one of my favorites was over the holidays. It said, he sees you when you're speeding. I'm going to miss them. Thanks for being who you are. Bye.
I'm with
That's
her.
very cute. Very cute.
Who's
I mean,
the
it's not a knee
head?
slapper, but it's very cute. Yeah.
Yeah, but I
it's-
want you to
it's
think
awesome when you're
about it.
driving.
It may not have been a knee slapper. Like, you're not wiping the tears of laughter off your face, but I bet you slowed down.
Yeah.
I bet
you
it
might.
had the desired effect. It made you conscious of your speed. Like, how many times have you driven past the speed limit sign? It's just wallpaper now, right?
Yeah, you
Or
don't even
those
look at it.
signs. My favorite, speed monitored by aircraft. Isn't there this little voice in your head that goes, "Oh yeah, I'm so sure. I'm so sure you've got invisible planes flying in the sky doing radar
I
speed
can
tests."
tell you from having lived in the Commonwealth of Virginia that they are very serious about speeding in that state, and you can get a ticket from an
Virginia.
aircraft. Yes.
How does that
Virginia's
work?
tough.
Because they
telling
have
you.
them in
Toughest.
Connecticut.
They the toughest.
They have them in
They the
Connecticut
toughest.
too. How do they know that it's your license plate?
Well, I don't know, but they find a way to do it, and apparently they don't
Really?
do it with much of a sense of humor.
Yeah, yeah.
Virginia,
That'd be
they
kind of a
do
cool
not
job.
Play. They mean business, and if you drive through Virginia, and they tell you up front, I mean, they put the signs up. I mean, they're like, don't speed, don't do it, and
Told ya.
radar detector, get it out of the window, put it somewhere else, because if they stop you with a radar detector, they'll get you for that too. They don't play; they are serious. That's the one state that I go by. I never speed.
In Virginia.
Speed everywhere else.
State.
Everywhere else.
And I've
I'll
ridden with
speed
you.
up to
Are you
Virginia. I'll slow down, and when I get out of Virginia, I speed up again. But I never speed up again.
How many tickets have you gotten over the years? You are the fastest driver of people on this show. How many tickets have you gotten?
I don't know. I can't count. I really can't count.
It's that
You
high.
can't count?
I could
Well,
tell
not
you
over
the
my
last
entire
ticket I got.
lifetime. And I hadn't got one in a
Well-
long time.
Have you slowed down?
I've been pulled out. Well,
We've been asking you to slow down a long
I
time.
can't do it. I'm more attentive when I'm going fast. I'm more attentive.
Bring whatever you drink and celebrate Happy Hour Thursdays at 7 p.m. Eastern live on the Bob and Sheri Facebook
If you're
page.
just joining us in the last segment, I asked Lamar, so tell me how many speeding tickets you've gotten, and we didn't have time for the answer. But for you, as long as we've known Lamar, we have been asking him to slow down. And I'm going to ask him once again, because if you go off the road and crash into a barn at 100 miles an hour and your car blows up, and that's the end of you, I got to be the one, or actually Sheri has to be the one to call Tony and say, hey, we got to find another guy that wants to work with us. And that's not going to go over well with Tony, because this search was like one of a kind. So get back to the tickets. I can tell you exactly where and when the last speeding ticket I got was, and it was at 4:45 in the morning, and I had a a sponsor's car that I wasn't used to. It was a Cadillac. And I was going into the station, and my daughter, Allie, I don't remember the exact year, but my daughter, Allie, who is now a grown married young woman, was in middle school. So that's a long time ago. And the guy did give me a ticket. He said, I'm not going to give you the worst ticket I could give you. He was a listener, actually. But he said, I've got to give you something. And I had to go to bad boy driving school. That was the last time. How many
So,
tickets do you figure
wait,
you
Bob.
had?
Wait, Bob. Lamar,
Bad boy.
I've had one speeding ticket in my life. I got pulled driving a Ford Escort EXP going 7 miles over the speed limit. And my defense in court was, can you believe it could even go that fast? So
Yeah,
I
that's a good one.
I've had one speeding ticket, one in my whole life, and you can't tell me how many you've had?
Well, I've never had enough that went through. I've got my point system. I had got my points down or high enough or lost enough points that one more would have been a problem. So, but then every year you get back half of your points. And so, but most of the time that I've got pulled over, there was a time years ago, if you knew the right people, you know what I'm saying? It's all about who you know, you know? My favorite saying
It's all
is
about not crashing. That's what it's all
my,
about. You sound
my
like you're at a table in Vegas. Well, I got the points going over here, and I know this guy over here can back me up. I can get a lawyer out of this in this county.
no,
He's
no,
only counting
it's
convictions. He's not counting number of times he's been pulled over. He acts like if he got
know.
pulled over and he wasn't convicted
know.
because he had some dodge, that it doesn't count.
It doesn't count. Hey,
Well,
Lamar,
I mean-
some of us,
Yeah.
the only points we're tallying are our Jersey Mike's sub club points. Okay.
That's right. That's right.
There was
I-
a time I like to listen. My favorite saying is, I got a guy. Because I've usually got a guy. If somebody needs something, I need a roof, I need whatever, I always say, I got a guy. And I used
Can
to
I
have
just get
a
a
few
number?
guys. I used to have a few guys that I could get out of the tickets. It was really not a big problem.
I'll send over a couple cases of beer from the warehouse where I work, right?
You know he did that. You
You did-
know he
You
did that.
did do that, didn't you?
It is a commodity. It is a commodity.
Can I please get a number of times you got an actual ticket in your adult life?
In my adult life, I'm gonna say 12 or 14.
Oh my
Probably.
God.
Holy cow!
But that's a long time.
You need to slow
That's
down.
a long
That's-
time.
Hey,
That's a long
Speed
time.
Racer, you need to slow
It's a
down.
long
Lamar.
You realize
time.
Speed Racer
Hey,
was
Bob.
not real.
Hey, Bob, be careful here, my friend. Be very careful. Because if he's Speed Racer, that makes me Trixie. And the only thing left for you is Chim Chim.